Chapter 6. Tea Shop. The smell of roasting chilies tickled my nose as we ducked through the narrow doorway into the tiny kitchen at the back of the tea shop. A woman in a wrinkled gray sari turned away from the stove and looked at us. Her body was all sharp angles, but there was softness in her eyes. "We broke a glass," I explained. "We're working to pay it off." The woman mopped her sweaty face with the free end of her sari. "You'll help wash up?" she asked instead of ordering. "Yes, ma'am." "Call me Auntie," she invited with a quick smile. "Not rich enough to be called ma'am." She motioned at a stack of dirty glasses and plates. I set our bags down beneath a shelf on which I saw a plastic image of Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, seated on a pink lotus. Though it was clear that the goddess hadn't yet showered the tea shop couple with riches, she was well looked after. A fresh jasmine garland was tucked across the picture, and a lightened incense stick was placed beneath it. Next to the goddess was a picture of a young girl who had Auntie's eyes, whose photograph was also decorated with a jasmine garland. I walked to the kitchen sink, but Tea Shop Auntie said, "No running water this time of day. Use the pail." Below the sink, I saw a green plastic bucket filled with water. There was a bit of coconut husk that I could use to scrape the dishes clean, and a tin of powdered soap. "Don't use too much," she said, "or he'll be shouting at us." I liked that she said us, though she didn't even know my name yet. "And we only have one more bucket of water. No more running water until 4 a.m. tomorrow." "I thought in the city people could get water from the tap whenever they wanted," I said. "The city is the worst place," she said. "But my husband wants to live here, so what can I do?" She jerked her chin at you. "Your sister?" "Yes, I'm Viji, and this is my sister, Ruku." "Poor thing." She looked at you with pitying eyes, which I didn't like, but I kept my mouth shut. It could have been worse. She could have called you names, and then I'd have started boiling inside like the oil in her frying pan. "You come from where?" I rinsed off a glass. "Ran away?" she asked. "Yes." There was no point in trying to hide it. Our story was clearly written on my swollen face and your cut lip, but I didn't want to tell her the details and risk her feeling even sorrier for us. Smoke billowed up from the hot oil, and Tea Shop Auntie turned back the stove. She rolled some dough into a ball. Before she could do much more, you came over, pinched off another bite of dough, and rolled it between your palms, just as she was doing. "She can do that quite well," Tea Shop Auntie sounded amazed. "Ruku's made these before." I tried not to let her surprise annoy me. Even the teachers at school, except for Parvati teacher, never bothered to find out how much you could do. Amma didn't really know either. She's good with her hands, and she loves making bead necklaces. Ruku likes beads. You flattened the ball into a perfect circle, concentrating with the tip of your tongue between your lips. "Ruku is a good helper." "Ah, very nice," Tea Shop Auntie said. I returned to the dishes as you helped her with the dough. You started humming tunelessly as you worked. Homesickness pinched my heart for a moment. I thought of the rare weekends when Appa was away and Amma had enough energy to join us and we would cook a meal together. By the time I was done with the washing, my hands felt raw, but the dishes were clean, and the tea shop man grumpily agreed I'd done more than enough. "You'll be all right?" Tea Shop Auntie asked, keeping her voice low so that the tea shop man wouldn't hear. "We'll be fine," I said. Looking relieved, Tea Shop Auntie pressed 2 large bananas into your hands and a few badais, hastily wrapped in a banana leaf, into mine. Then she led us out through the back door, into a lonely alley littered with plastic bags and broken bottles.